Hi, it's Kreampuff. I just wanted to touch back with you guys about the last block that I did. I wasn't able to show you the finished block, but I have it here now, and I also had another idea which we'll explore today. So this is the disappearing 4-patch block that I had done, and just one of these is a block. I just put it together as a 4 block. I used Boundless fabrics from Craftsy. This is Purple Passion and this is Hydrangea. These were left over from another project where I ordered too much fabric. But I do love the colors and the contrast on those with the solid. And this Hydrangea is a light white with a kind of a purple print on it. Very, very faint, very pale. And I did really like this pattern. It's kind of a forgiving pattern. So I made another one. This material is something that I just had in my stash. I just pulled it out to try to compare and contrast colors to see which ones would go better with this. And if you look at this, my personal favorite is these two. It's the gray and the white. It has kind of more of a modern feel to it, but you can definitely see the stripes. When you look at this material, it's a finer print, and these have kind of a hashtag print on it. You maybe can't see it on camera, but it just kind of blurs everything a little bit. Excuse me. So my personal favorites are these two. I think they show a nice color contrast with the fabric. And then I just put a lime green border around everything. So to get back to today, when I was sewing this 4-patch together, I had kind of a weird idea. And that idea was, what happens if I do it again? So when you look at this, we have created another 4-patch. So what we're going to try today to see how it works out is we're going to sew, or we're going to cut here and here, flip the corners to see what it turns out with. Now I have another one that I've already done, all in the same color because I didn't want to get confused. So let's take a moment and we'll go over to the cutting board. This is the duplicate disappearing 4-patch. As you can see, there is the square. All I've done is sewed them together just like on the piece that I previously showed you. And all I'm going to do is make a 1-inch cut on each side of the line. Remember, if you have the opportunity to line it up with something else, always do that as a double check. Now I do have my large mat out here, so it's going to be a little bit awkward, but it should not be an issue. I've made all of my cuts, so we can put our ruler away. And now, just like before, we're going to flip-flop the corners. Now, I am going to turn these, I think, because if I just flip-flopped them, I'm going to end up with something weird here. So I did turn it a 1/4 of a turn. That looks good. Then these two, I want to keep this in the corner. So I'm going to turn it a 1/4 of a turn, turn that a 1/4 of a turn. And now we're in the middle. All right, let's do a quick double check before we take this to the sewing machine. Everything goes across this way, everything goes across that way. All of my lines alternate into a checkerboard. All right, we now have a 9-patch. So I'm going to just take this to the machine. I'm going to sew together a 9-patch and then add those. Sew into rows, and we should be done. I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out. I don't know if we're going to end up with a whole bunch of more little ones or how this is going to turn out. So I'll be back in a little bit and show you the final block. Here is the double disappearing 4-patch block. I did square it up to 15 inches all the way around.
It looks pretty awesome. I'm digging the checkerboards in the middle. If I were to finish this off, I would maybe do the same measurements. So these squares are 1 3/4 inches. It would maybe cut this at 2 inches so that you don't lose it in your seam allowance, so that your blocks would all be the same size. But just looking at this, I think it looks pretty cool. Not bad for seeing something on the floor and asking a question.
Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video on how to make a double disappearing 4-patch. If you loved this material as much as I do, the link is down below to take you to Craftsy to purchase the material. Otherwise, I hope this inspired you to do something without a pattern and to see patterns everywhere. This is Kreampuff out.